Good evening, Illela Taiba. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, and on my channel I talk about all things Eurovision. Hello, everybody. It is the eve of the Malta Eurovision Song Contest 2026, and we're going to be talking about it tonight on the 4th episode of this little new thing I like to call Eurovision Uncensored. We like to do things the uncensored way here, and we will be saying it like it is. I'm going to have some very special guests with me tonight. Some of you are already up in here in the chat. Hello, Cyril, I think. Hello, Shana De Guara from Malta. Hello to everyone who's watching. Come and talk to us in the chat during this stream, because we will be interacting with you guys as we do this. However, before I even start, you love Eurovision. If you're here, the odds are that you like Eurovision, and so do I. So come and subscribe. Come and follow me on all sorts of social media. I am as I am on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok. And yeah, if you want to take the conversation further, come and talk to me on social media about this thing that we love called Eurovision. Okay, so we are gonna discuss the finalists that made it to the final of the Malta Eurovision Song Contest 2026. Did I tell you it's called like that? We're also going to talk a little bit about the semi-finalists, but I want to get the elephant out of the room first out of the way, because nobody has been really reporting about this one as much as I would have liked to see. So for those of you who are not aware, in last night's semi-final, Rhiannon Mikalev with her song Hold Me Up performed and had a bit of a malfunction. If you didn't watch, I will let you see it. Here's what went down. This is a snippet of her performance in last night's semi-final. Okay, so what happened last night with Rhiannon was that her in-ear piece malfunctioned, and it made her go off-key for almost all of the song. Anyone who knows Rhiannon, she has competed in the Malta Eurovision Song Contest before. She was on X Factor, and anyone who knows these artists knows that she's, if not the best vocalist in this lineup, one of the top 3 for sure. And she, I mean, you can just look up her performances before. What happened was that she couldn't hear herself at all, and she could also not hear the song on the right pitch. And right after her performance, she actually put out a statement, and I'm gonna pull it up for you guys so you can see it yourself here. It reads, "I am just as shocked as all of you. I acknowledge that my performance wasn't at the level I expect of myself. My in-ears malfunctioned, and I made the decision to try to continue singing when I couldn't hear anything. After a string of great rehearsals, I went on stage confident, so this took me by surprise. I've tried to make a case to perform again. However, this will not be happening. I appreciate the support all the support coming my way." Okay. So This was what she said right after the performance. We were getting news from backstage that she will be allowed to perform again. However, as a last-minute news, we were told that she's not going to perform again. Her request was denied, and there was a lot of tension backstage last night. The news that I got was that one of the songwriters of another team of a song that made it to the final went to ask the producers to let her sing again because this was a production malfunction and it wasn't her fault. However, this songwriter got kicked out of the building completely. I believe this songwriter is from the Czech Republic, and he got kicked out immediately by security. So yeah, that's what went down last night. When the results came in, Rhiannon did not qualify for the final. We can talk all night whether she would have qualified if the in-ears were good and she sounded just as she sounded before. But the fact is that she did not make it to the final. A few hours ago, PBS, the public broadcaster, released a statement about the matter. And it reads right here. So let me pull it up because I got bad eyes. So, following a query raised by Rhiannon McAuliffe after her semi-final performance, PBS addressed the matter promptly and with care. PBS met with the singer and the members of Rhiannon McAuliffe's artistic team to listen carefully to the concerns raised and to review the performance together. Following a comprehensive technical checks and assessments, no production side technical fault or audio malfunction was identified or substantiated. The situation was assessed in line with established procedures and the applicable contest rules. On this basis, there was no justification for authorizing a repeat performance. As a general principle, a repeat performance may only be considered in exceptional circumstances where a verified technical failure has occurred and has materially affected performance. Any such decision is taken on a case-by-case basis following confirmation by the relevant technical and production teams. PBS remains committed to treating all performers with respect and ensuring fairness, transparency, and consistency in the application of the contest rules. Now, you guys make of that what you will, but what I can tell you is that during the show last night, a lot of songwriters of other teams, even songwriters who didn't have songs in the semi-final, complained to the broadcaster during the show. And several songwriters made threats that they will not be taking part in the Malta Eurovision Song Contest ever again. This is confirmed information. These are not rumors, these are not allegations. This is confirmed information. Songwriters and big songwriters have said to PBS that they will not be submitting any more songs unless Rhiannon gets to perform again in the semi-final. Make of that what you will, but their integrity and their claims come from a spirit of fairness and neutrality. This statement reads that PBS treats all artists with transparency, care, and fairness, and I find it hard to believe personally that it was too hard to let her do the performance again. Funnily enough, the last time Rhiannon competed was in 2018, and in that year, Deborah C. had a song called Turn It Up. It had no visible malfunctions on stage, but she was forced to perform again over an alleged technical malfunction. And again, you know, it's similar people on the team as well from PBS from 2018 and 2026. And yeah, Rhiannon was denied the opportunity to perform again. Now, I don't have much more to add from my end. All I can say is this. I asked Rhiannon if she wanted to be here this evening and talk to us herself. I did not get a direct reply from her, but I understand from members around her team that they do not want to make such early comments at this stage of the competition, which is very fair and respectable. Yeah. So let's bring to the stage our guests right from we have Max joining us tonight. Bonsoir.
Hello. Bonjour,
Hello, Max.
bonsoir. I'm good, and you?
I'm pretty good. I'm exhausted. It's been a long week.
Yes.
But I'm very, very good. Thank you. And of course, it wouldn't be MESC without talking to our friend from Italy. Buonasera, Giorgio.
Leila Taiba, bonsoir.
Leila Taiba, I see you got your flags ready.
Yes, we bought it together, if you remember.
We did?
No, we didn't.
Oh, well, thank you for making my memory very stressed. So, guys, you both watched the semi-final last night, and very quickly we can close up on this Rhiannon drama. What did you guys make of that last night, given the information that we now know?
Well, watching it yesterday night, of course, there was some problem. She was a bit off, I mean, on some part of the song, definitely. You understand that, I think, when you were watching. But she's still kind of killing because she has such an amazing voice, of course. So, of course, her staging was amazing also. But yes, the moment she was off, we were like, oof, that's not going to help with the result, with the vote. So it's a bit sad that she cannot perform once again. I don't know if it works, if it's like Eurovision, if you could perform again or not, if they have like this timing they should respect, so you cannot perform again. I don't know it works on Maltese television, but yes, it's a bit sad for her because she put a lot of money and energy, I guess, behind this performance. So that's a bit disrespectful, yes. So yeah, a bit sad for her.
Giorgio, what do you think?
Well, I'm not going to add anything that you guys already said, because she was done wrong and there was clearly a technical difficulty to her performance, and she should have been allowed to perform again, also as artistic respect towards her. Like, she presented herself in a way that was not fair to her, and it would have been correct from the Maltese television to allow her to present herself to Malta in, you know, the talented, big vocals way that she's known for. So
Absolutely,
yeah, it was pretty shitty from them.
I agree. I think I understand that in these situations, a quick decision has to be made during a live show, but there was enough pressure made from the songwriting teams of everyone, and there was enough pressure made from the public on social media, and also from Rhiannon's vocal coach, and from her creative team. And I feel like if I was in the broadcaster's shoes, I would rather make the wrong decision to let her perform again than make the wrong decision to not let her perform again. Because if you let her perform again, I believe who are you going to piss off? And if you don't let her perform again, we are left with a series of what ifs. Could she have made it if she actually was given the opportunity to perform the song as intended? We will never know. We will never know. I'm going to pull up some comments here from you guys. Shana, I find it hard to believe the statement from PBS. Well, I mean, PBS has to put out a statement, and for me personally, it's not a question of believing or not believing. For me, it's a question of action, and I personally believe, in my opinion, that the wrong course of action was employed. Why not take out the earpiece? Well, that is something that some people have commented on, and I think sometimes we don't understand that these artists are under a lot of pressure, and these earpieces are literally placed in your ears in a way for them to not fall out. So I think that would be the last thing that the artist would be thinking about, and I wouldn't use that as an excuse to justify why she wasn't allowed to perform again. Clearly, there were in-ear monitor problems. They should have let her perform again out of fairness. That's a shame she wasn't allowed to perform again. They had enough time with almost 2 hours of ads and interval acts come on. Yeah, I'm going to finish on that one. And it's true. I mean, A similar situation happened in Musica Musica with Marilyn, and they let her perform again. The same happened with Brooke in 2017, but she didn't speak out as she felt scared to do so. The thing about Brooke in 2017 was it didn't impact the performance as much, and people actually found out about this only because she said so. So yeah, it's a really unfortunate thing, but Rhiannon, I know you will be watching us later on, and we give you a big kiss from here. We hope this isn't the last time we see from you, and hey, this should only make you stronger, girl. Yeah. So let's go to everyone else. So we've talked about 1 out of 18 contestants this year's Eurovision Song Contest. Giorgio, let me start with you. Anyone who didn't make it to the final that surprised you, or maybe you would love to see make it?
Well, no one really, but I'm going to comment on one in particular that I'm going to comment on, and that is our dear Stefan Galea. I really don't understand why people are surprised that he didn't qualify. Like, for me, he was a clear non-qualifier. I feel like he keeps trying to bring this type of songs that are like, hey, look at me, I'm so confident, but they're kind of all the same, and the game kind of gets tired. So I feel like he should try to do something else. Like, this type of gay bops that he's trying to do just doesn't work. The outfits didn't work. He should really try something else. I'm sure there's some talent in this guy. We need to see it, and we deserve to see it. So if he does come back, then he should try a different type of song. Because when I first heard Pose, I knew that many Euro fans liked it, but I was like, this is kind of giving me secondhand embarrassment. Why doesn't he try something else? So everybody was commenting, oh, why didn't he make it? But to me, it was clear that he wouldn't make it. So hopefully for the next tries, we're going to see a different side of him.
Fair enough. Max, what did you think?
Well, Stefan was one of my favorite songs of this year. He was in my top 5 most streamed song. But when I saw the performance, last night, I was a bit like conflicted about it. It doesn't look like what I want. The light games, everything, the outfits. Yes, that was problematic. I don't really enjoy that. I was really confused actually by the performance, and it could have been much more better actually. So I'm a bit sad for him, but in the same time, I regret that he didn't qualify, of course, but I understand. So, and yeah, I'm really sad because I really like the song and to listen to it and to pose and to dance on it. But yes, I'm a bit sad. And it was the only one that which I was a bit like sad. The others I couldn't understand why they didn't make it. All my other favorites are in the top 10, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, this is really hard for me about Stefan because Stefan is a friend of mine, and I heard the song, when he wrote it, and he's always very proactive into asking for feedback, and he really, really wants to do his best. And I was on the phone with him this afternoon because, that's what we do here. We want to support each other, especially from bloggers to artists. We want to have a platform to elevate these artists, especially from my own country. And it's really hard for me because of all of this. But I think the performance didn't do him justice at all. Vocally, he was good, and I really, really liked that Christina on the backing vocaling was doing a lot to kind of make the vocal sound interesting, but the staging and the outfits didn't help him connect with the audience, in my opinion. At times, I didn't like the choreography at all, if I'm honest. I thought the choreography was a little bit mild in comparison to how the song sounds, and I didn't think that the outfit helped him, because there were times that everything looked heavy. Everything looked heavier than it needed to be. And yeah, it's a shame because I do think the song had a lot of potential. I do think the song deserved to be in the final. unfortunately, the staging and the choreography made it more of a miss than a hit. And it's a shame. It's a shame. But hey, that's Eurovision, you know? Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. Max, was there anyone from the ones that didn't qualify that scratched your head?
Not really. I'm okay with the rest of the results.
We're in agreement. We're in agreement.
Yes.
I will mention Liston, who had the song Mela. I really, really like that song, personally. I love the fact that it tackles the Maltese linguistic insecurities. And it's a topic that was very, very, very needed in the context of Eurovision as well. So for that, I really, really wanted to qualify. But I didn't expect the jury to get behind it, and I didn't expect the televote to get behind it enough for it to make it in the end. And ultimately, it just didn't make it.
We'll
But
never know the split results.
we will never know the split results. John is asking us about Shout It Out by Chess. I knew that performance wasn't going to qualify on Wednesday evening when I saw the dress rehearsal. That was...
Yeah, it should have remained in
yeah.
Sweden.
She's in England.
No, the song.
The song, yeah, I don't know where the song was written, but yeah, Chess isn't very well known here. She's been around for a number of years, but she's based in London, and I think creatively they made the decision to come to Eurovision with fresh eyes and fresh ears, but at the same time they wanted to Eurovisionize the performance a lot, and we know that doesn't really work.
Like a Melodifestivalen 2017 performance and song, like
Yeah,
they moved on from that.
yeah. It just didn't work ultimately. The same with Chess. It was also with Stefan. When I saw the dress rehearsal on Wednesday, I was like, this is game over. It's not happening. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty much it on the non-qualifiers. We do have 12 finalists, and I'm gonna ask you guys straight up, Max, who is your favorite?
Only one song?
If you had to vote, if you could only vote once, who would you vote for?
Well, I have a huge favorite, but now it cannot change because of the performance, and it's gonna be Aidan with Bella. Definitely.
Okay.
That's the one for me.
Okay. Want to tell us why?
You want me to explain for Bella why I chose this one? That's why. Yeah. At first, when I listened to the song the first time, only the audio, I was like, oh, that actually looks like some song that in France I could listen from French variety, such classical ballad with a beautiful envolée, as we say in French, at the end of the song when it's getting really epic. But when I listened to it, it was so different from what I expect from Aidan. From Ritmu and Regina. So I was a bit like, that's a risk for him and I expect something else. But I say that with a perfect staging, really like worked from the beginning to the end, it could really make it and really be a strong contender for the win and at Eurovision actually. And it don't disappoint me with staging. Everything was perfect, and it could be a bit more perfect on some plan and shots, but it's already ready to send to Eurovision. Just need to adapt it to a bigger stage. But for me, it convinced me. It was poetic at some moment. It was really beautiful, and the last part with all the flowers all around him, that was beautiful and perfect. That's what I expect, and it don't disappoint me with the staging. And yes, that's why I want Aidan with Bella, and I think it's time definitely to maybe represent Malta finally.
Okay, Giorgio, what do you think?
About Bella or about my favorite?
Let's keep it on Bella for now. Let's keep it beautiful for now.
Yeah, well, you know that I wasn't Aidan's biggest fan in the past editions, but I feel like he is the most Eurovision ready person in Malta right now. He clearly has performance skills. He can serve a consistent package, and I don't think that many of these songs could qualify for the final. I'm not saying that Bella is going to come any close to the top 10, but at the same time, it will bring Malta a good result. The song itself is not extremely memorable. He performs it very well, and he makes it memorable. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of reasons for people to vote for him, and my only regret is like he always sent Maltese songs, and now he's suddenly sending a song in English about some Italian girl. Like very inconsistent, but at the same time he sells it very well. So I feel like he's ready to represent Malta. So I feel like it's gonna be like a glorified internal selection for him. I mean, he definitely has it in the bag, not just because he's Aidan, all the Regina drama and everything, but also because it's objectively like the most consistent package in here. So it's his to lose this time.
Yeah, I actually interviewed Aidan on Tuesday, and this was the first thing I asked him. Why are we sort of letting go of the English when he was the one who made it cool? However, I was a little bit surprised by his answer because the way I framed the question, I didn't want to make it so straightforward. And he said that it was easy for him to decide to sing it in English. And I agree with you, Giorgio. I think it is a missed opportunity because for so many years, Aidan has made Maltese cool in the Maltese music industry. And now that he finally is closer than ever to going to Eurovision, it seems like he's letting go of his trademark, of his signature stamp. And that worries me a little bit. I do think I would get a lot more behind the song if it was fully in Maltese, if I'm honest, because it being in English as well, the English lyrics are kind of generic. Let's be honest. They're kind of generic, aren't they? And after the first chorus, when he spends like half a minute saying "Que bella, que bella," it's a little bit throwaway, in my opinion. But I watched the performance for the first time on Tuesday, again at the rehearsal, and it was, like you said, it was ready to go. It was Eurovision ready. It looks very good. It looks a bit dark at times, if I'm honest, but it looks good. And
it's a lonely song. It's lonely romantics.
Yeah.
I think that the package is very consistent, which is what gets you points. So
yeah,
but
absolutely.
I agree with you on the Maltese language. It's a missed opportunity because he is definitely winning.
It is a real missed opportunity. And I would be curious to see what changes he makes to the song if he ends up going to Eurovision. But yeah, let's move on from Bella. Let's actually look at the running order. And you'd be very surprised to find out actually that two of the favorites are singing right after each other, and they are Matt Black and Denise. Now, Matt Black wasn't as much of a favorite yesterday morning as he was this morning. And that is down to the performance that he had in the semi-final. He had the most engagement on Facebook, and I know for any foreign fans that are watching us, they will be asking, Facebook? Why Facebook? Yeah, in Malta we're on Facebook, and I was actually doing a bit of an algorithm yesterday with the Facebook engagement, and I think 11 out of the 12 finalists were the most liked on Facebook. So maybe something needs to be said about Facebook. Matt Black had the most engagement on Facebook, more than Aidan. And it's down to that performance. What did you guys think about the performance and the song?
The song, I'm not saying anything new when I say that it's a complete copy of Echo and Mai. Fortunately, nobody out of Norway has heard of that song. So if it does win, which I doubt, but if it does win, then he can go to Eurovision and most people will be hearing that type of song for the first time. Very catchy. I appreciate how Matt Black had a huge glow up. We already knew he could perform, but not only a glow up on a aesthetic way, but also an artistic way, because he's a bit like making that type of meme songs, that were funny for some but cringe for others. No, this one is
Banana.
objectively a good song. Yeah, I like that one, but it was cringy for others.
Really?
This one
You
is
like that one?
I like that. Yeah, I still sing it from time to time to myself. And this one is actually objectively a good song. It's not original in any ways, but just like with Aidan, he sells it very well on stage. He's also a very good performer, and I wouldn't be surprised if we did see him in future years representing Malta one day.
Okay. Max, what did you think about Eya Leya Deya Lang?
How do you say that?
Eya Leya Deya Lang.
I will not try to pronounce it. I don't really connect to the song at first, so I was waiting for live performance to be fully convinced, because many of my Eurovision friends actually love it and say that it was their favorite. Definitely it was a show, his performance, that was one of the most impressive for me of the night. He has a good cardio also, for me. That's something, to sing and to move so much on that stage.
Oh, cardio. I thought
Oui,
you
cardio.
had a good- I thought you said
He's
you had
been
a good
working out.
cardio.
He's been to the gym.
But I still don't see it as a perfect winner for me. But I could understand if he won the whole thing also. I don't know if he could won. Honestly, I don't know how Maltese people feel about his performance. But yes, I could understand, I think, even if I'm not a huge fan of the song personally.
I love this. I love this. Yeah. I kind of fell in love with it on the dress rehearsal, and I wasn't watching the camera cuts. I was just sitting in the arena enjoying the show, and I could kind of imagine what was going to go on, because I saw the camera swirling around when the flute drops. And then when I saw it last night, to be honest, I was slightly disappointed, because the cameras do not do the camera work does not do the performance any favors. The first bit, when he comes down from the moon, I mean, it's literally a joke. The camera work was a joke there. And there is a really, really kind of Poland 2014 moment with the dancer, when Matt is playing that instrument and he looks like he's doing, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. And then the dancer is literally...
Yeah, what is a flute supposed to be in this song? Come on.
That moment, if it was shot right, it would have been really, really good. And I hope they get it down. I hope they get it right on tomorrow's show, because he got the biggest cheer. He got the biggest cheer in the crowd. And he also, I think he has potential to win the televote. If this somehow by a miracle gets to go to Eurovision, I think it would do better than what people are expecting it to do right now. And I mean that.
19th instead of 21st.
I think people right now would expect it to not qualify.
No, it can qualify. It can.
But I genuinely do think that this could give Malta the best televote score we've had in a very long time. The bar is on the floor, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
the bar is
47
on the
points
floor.
is the bar.
The bar is on the floor. But hey, we got to start from somewhere. And I actually, in my interview with him, he told me he doesn't care if he comes first or 21st or 25th. I mean, his focus is on going to Eurovision and representing Malta with a product that says Malta. And that is so respectable from him, because very few artists are thinking in that direction.
And if you think about the performance of Mariana Conte, which is a bit of fun, even if it's not the same, but it brings also the fun on the stage, Matt. So do you think it's still gonna be in the middle of the scoreboard for Eurovision, or it's gonna be better, like maybe a top 10? How do you see the potential of the song, honestly, for Eurovision?
I think, listen, I never thought Mariana could get the top 10, if I'm honest. But I think this year, I mean, we need to see as well what's gonna happen with all these national finals, because last year was kind of a mid-year. It wasn't a bad year, but it wasn't a strong year either.
For Malta or for Eurovision?
For Eurovision.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And I think this year will be less than mid.
Damn.
But I could be wrong, you know? I think this year will be less than mid. So that will impact how we do. But I think the focus for Malta should be start earning respect from the televote. And if we get something from the televote, and if we start to showcase Malta for Malta, then that's the win for me, personally. And I know a lot of people, including Matt himself, think like that. But who knows what's going to happen. Let's pull out some comments. Matt for sure will win the televote with some little help from the juries. I see him winning MESC. I don't want to say that he will win the televote. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because lots of people are I don't know. Surely it's more Scandinavia than Malta. I disagree, John Boy. I disagree. I mean, listen, Echoing May was produced by the same producer as this song. So, okay. Originality might not be the strongest element here, but let's not forget, Loreen Tattoo. She sang a song by Mika Newton, and she won Eurovision. That didn't happen 19 years ago. That happened 2 years ago. Right? I mean, those melodies weren't the most original melodies we've ever heard, right? I mean, if originality is what we're looking for, I think Eurovision will be very, very different. I don't believe that it would be a miracle. It would be a miracle for Matt to win MESC. You gotta vote. You gotta vote. You gotta vote. Yeah. Okay. Let's take it back to the running order. Let's go back to you, Max. Who stands out here to you?
My other favorite in the list. I'm gonna say I hesitate a lot because even if I don't like Matt, he's my number 2 right now to represent you, because based on a neutral opinion here. But I really enjoyed Denise Trophy, even if her staging at some moment I was like a bit I'm missing some energy at some part, but I still are being in my favorite and maybe be high with the televote or not. Yes, I really like Denise with Trophy. I'm a bit disappointed. Well, not a lot. I'm a bit hard on saying that, but with her staging at some part, but I'm still into her, I think, yes.
Okay. Giorgio, what do you think about Denise?
I don't really think anything because the song doesn't really leave me an impression. It's just there. It's the typical girl bob that you could find in any songwriting camp. She looks great on stage, and that's all I can say about the song. It didn't really leave me any opinions, which is worse than leaving a negative opinion. I feel like it's something that not many people will vote for. It's kind of like, oh, that's like my fifth favorite, but I'm not going to vote for it. So it's enjoyable, but doesn't leave a mark.
I don't like the song. No, I don't like Trophy. And it was really fun because I met Denise on Tuesday. I had never met her before. And she watched my reaction and she was like, don't worry, it's okay. I meet people who love my song. I meet people who hate my song, but I respect everyone's opinions. and it wouldn't be better if you didn't say that you didn't like my song. So thank you for reacting anyway. And that's so genuine of her. And I told her, you know what? I think you just made me like your song now with that. Yeah, but no, I don't think the song would do anything at Eurovision, to be honest. But her stage performance, I thought the staging was pretty good. I really liked the outfits. And yeah, I mean, it was really, really good. Some people complained a little bit about her vocals, but I would say Denise's vocals can never be like they are on the studio cut because her voice is a little bit nasal. So it's always going to sound a little bit like that. But to me, it was good. I mean, she was on the pitch and key. She sounded fierce. She sounded focused. And I actually do think Denise is the top contender to come third tomorrow. What do you think? Do you think that's too much outside of the realm of possibility?
She's my third place.
She has hype.
Yeah, she's doing good. She's doing good. Let's talk a little bit about this girl Emma, because I see a lot of you guys in the comments talking about Emma Achikuku. I need to get my charger, by the way. So, boys, you have a minute to fill, and I'll be back. Okay?
All right. My comment is gonna last like 2 seconds, but okay. Well, Emma is very charismatic. She can have a better song for the next time. That's my comment.
I think she's definitely an artist to look in the future. I don't remember if she already participated in the past. I don't think.
No.
Yeah. So definitely I was impressed. When I was listening to her the studio version of the song at first, I was like, okay, there is maybe something with her. So let's see with a live performance. I like the energy definitely of her on that stage. But yes, it's only her first participation. She did good. Oh, well back. And she's someone to watch in the future. Oh, well. We like her. We say a lot of things about her.
I love Emma. I really, really like Emma. Yeah, the vocal was insanely strong. I love the song. The song is a grower. It's not a shower. I will say the song is not the most immediate thing ever. And I think Emma is a perfect messenger for this kind of song. I love the outfit. I really, really like her vocals. Yeah, everything just really, really came together nicely on this one. And a lot of people were talking about Emma on Facebook yesterday. Her engagement was, I think she was in the top 5 most talked about and most liked people. I think she could be a little bit of a dark horse, because in Malta, we like our girls of color, especially when they wear pink. You remember one of them from a few years ago. And all I'm going to say is this. I think Emma actually has the potential to be better than Destiny. I said what I said. Yeah. I think Emma has the potential to be better than Destiny. You know who wrote this song, among others? Matt Black. He wrote this song that Emma's singing. And he also wrote... Okay. Matt Black has 4 songs in the final. 1/3 of the songs in the final are written or co-written by Matt Black. Yeah. I like the song, but not the staging. I mean, I thought the staging was fine, a little bit tropical. Yeah, I will say maybe the makeup was a little bit carnivalesque yesterday with Emma. I think, yeah, we can relax a little bit on the makeup. Did you guys see her face was literally glittering pink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like a late 2010s melodifestivalen staging once again. So this girl can do better. She can do better. But she's one to look out for the next years.
Yeah, I mean, it's her first time, and I would hope that her next time would be better, because then why would you bother competing again? And yeah, I think Emma has potential for the future. She just needs to work on her dancing. I agree with this. Him, or however you pronounce your name, sir, I agree with this. She did look a little bit stiff on that stage. There were times she looked a little bit heavy on the choreography, but no, yeah, I think Emma's gonna surprise tomorrow. I think she can do very, very well. Let's talk a little bit about Michael. Michael is another one of these revelations this year. Michael with a Y. I started calling him Michael with a Y in my reaction, and I realized that now his parents call him Michael with a Y. But his name is Mikhail. Yeah, his name is Mikhail. And when I bumped into him the other day, he was like, Michael with a Y is at home, but over here it's Mikhail. So he's good. Do you guys does anyone like that performance?
Performance was fine. The song was unimpressive, but you know, it's a starting point for him. He can always come back with his own artistic direction. Like you can tell that he doesn't really have an identity yet, but he has potential as a performer, which is most important. He still has time to find who he is as an artist, and this is a good starting point. The fact that he's in the final this year on his debut is surely going to give him the motivation to find himself.
Yeah, I agree. Max with an X. What do you think about Michael with a Y?
So Michael or Michael, I don't know.
It was I think Michael is more catchy. Sorry, I just think Michael with a Y is more catchy.
Michael is so French. Michael. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was one of the artists like Emma that I was waiting to have a live performance to know if I will much more love it or not hate it, but be into it. And definitely I like it. It is in my top 5. I cannot say that it was my favorite performance, and yes, it could be better, but I don't know if it's his first participation also like Emma, but for me, it's an artist I want to see much more in the future also. And that's great to see so many young artists which look already quite talented, and that could be better for them in the future. So yes, I like him, honestly.
Yeah. I think so this was the first thing I wanted to ask him, actually. This kind of genre, I like to call it spaghetti western because it reminds me of Stefan in 2022. I asked him, like, is this what you want to do in the future? He said, yeah, I like this genre. And I don't know, it might be hard to keep on releasing music like this and stay interesting, but I think it suits him because his voice is very low. It's very, very low. So yeah, this could be something he can build on. And
You can try
again,
out our genres.
What?
He can try out our genres for such a low voice. Like he can he can be a convincing, like doing. I know that the Weeknd's voice is very high pitched, but he can be convincing doing something like 80s infused pop, something like that. But he has time to experiment, as I said, so there's no hurry.
Yeah, I think Michael with a Y and Emma are probably the 2 biggest revelations this year because nobody really knew of them, especially Michael with a Y, because at least Emma was in X Factor and she was in Musica Musica. She wasn't very popular. But this really like gave them a platform to kick off. And I think they will do well tomorrow, like comfortably in the top 10.
It's 12 songs, come on.
Yeah, there are 12 songs. Again, yeah. But some, 2 songs have to be out of that top 10. Two songs have to be out. But no, I think they will both do well, but I don't think we've seen the best of them. I think they're going to be 2 artists that we have to look out for. I was waiting for someone to mention them, actually.
My favorite.
Are they your favorites?
They are, my goodness.
They're my favorites too.
Just take a couple of attractive girls with good vocals, put them on stage, make them sing a song that doesn't sound out of place in a shampoo commercial, and that's gonna be my favorite.
Okay, well,
that's my style.
Tell us, Giorgio, why do you like them?
Well, I really liked the song to begin with in studio. I thought it sounded great. It's very relaxing. You know my job. It sounds like something that will be played during a beauty treatment. So I really like that style. Um, the performance was even more convincing for me. They looked great. They kind of reminded me of my dear Tolmachevi sisters from Russia 2014.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the twin theme was strong. They're twins, right? Their name suggested. And it just really won me over. So if I were to vote in Malta tomorrow, then I know they wouldn't be the best choice for Eurovision, but I will egoistically support them.
Why do you think they wouldn't be a good choice for Eurovision? I'm not
Because
disagreeing. I'm just trying
they're
to
my favorite
find
for
out
my
why.
personal taste. But the song is beautiful song in Maltese. We're battling in Maltese, but you know what? The musical style is something that doesn't really get many votes. It's something that is pleasant to hear, pleasant to watch, but while it's in my personal taste, not many people are going to agree. So that's the issue. It's not accessible to everyone, let's say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Many people will just think, yeah, that's enjoyable, but I'm not going to vote for it. So
Max, I can't imagine you as the Simon Cowell, but I think you're gonna disagree with us, right?
Yes, I'm surprised by your choice here. Pleasant to listen. Yes. Pleasant to watch. Meh. I don't know. The performance feel a bit outdated for me, a bit old-fashioned. This type of staging we saw at Eurovision like 10 years ago. So, and the twin thing, yeah, I just don't
I
connect with
like
that
outdated
one at all.
sometimes. I love music for the 2000s. So
Yes, me too, but that's one, no. Sorry, I'm not into
oh
it.
well.
It's interesting. Someone here mentions O'Gene. That's a very good comparison. I mean, if we can get,
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I agree with
Oh, yeah.
that. I love the gene.
I, I, I didn't like the song, but their harmonies were
Hmm.
incredible. And I feel like Adria Twins. Here's the thing about Adria Twins. So they are my favorites, right? They are. I think it's a toss up between them and Matt Black
Oh
because Matt
wow.
Black elevated with the performance. Yeah,
We have the same
I,
top two.
there we go.
Yeah.
For me, it's a toss up between the two of them. I think Adria Twins would again they would do better at Eurovision than what most people think. I think the jury would respect it, and I think purely because it's all in Maltese, the public would respect it so much more than what people might think. But the problem with them is that their vocals are are good, but live it sounds a little bit different than the studio cut. And even though they did very, very well, it would be really, really interesting to see along the years how much more they can tighten those harmonies because they have huge potential. And to me, what sets them
Hmm.
apart from everyone else is their artistry, their musicality. Like these guys have been around for 2 years, and to me, they are bigger artists than some people who have been on the stage for 10, 11 years. They just
They
refuse
just
to
sound
sing in
very
English.
convincing.
They
Like,
refuse to compromise. And to me, that is a sign that they know exactly what they want and they know exactly how they're going to get it.
mhm. I don't want to offend anyone, but most of the finalists to me, rather than artists, they sound like interpreters of songs that they were given, like very capable interpreters, but not really artists. While even though Adrian Prince didn't write their own song, they really made it theirs. Like I hear many others, and I'm like, yeah, that person has nothing to do with the song, and you can tell. Adrian Prince, on the other hand, really did a great job. Like that's what being an artist is to me. They are all around artists, so I respect them a lot. And one more thing about the Maltese language. I mean, Malta is the only country in Europe with a Semitic language. It's a waste not to send it to Eurovision. It sounds unique. It derives from Arabic. So it's really a shame that we haven't heard it since the 70s, basically.
Yeah.
Like a full song in Maltese since the 70s.
You know, I agree with you.
It sounds amazing. It sounds, don't make me say exotic because I don't like this word, but it really sounds like it's something from a faraway place while being just like 2 hour flight from Italy, from northern Italy. So it's
What do you
unique.
think about the use of Maltese in these songs, Max? Because I know, you know, as foreign Eurovision fans, you're not very exposed to it because only now we're starting to encourage these artists to sing in Maltese. So now that you're actually hearing it quite frequently in our national final, what do you think about that?
I want Maltese language, definitely. Like, and that's a part of my disappointment when I discovered the song of Aidan, because I want him to sing like a ritmo in Maltese language. It's beautiful, and it's always more sincere and more truthful when an artist is singing his own language, I think, because you feel much more the word is saying. Maybe they have a great level in English, I'm not judging that, but your language, it feels much true for me, maybe because also here in France we always sing in French, but because if we sing in English it doesn't look good definitely with our accent. So it's the same if Malta sing in Maltese, I will be so cool about it, even if I don't understand anything about the lyrics in live. I don't care, I will check the translation after, but if I feel the emotion of the artist while he's singing in his own language, I will be all behind that. I would support it, or at least.
I'm really happy
So
you're
sing in
saying
your
that on
language.
Thank you. I'm really happy you're saying that on my stream because I'm working overtime trying to convince some of these artists to record some of these songs in Maltese and then choose whether they want to sing the Maltese or the English version at Eurovision. And most of them seem to think that there is a boundary that we cannot cross with Maltese. And conversations like these help me make them understand that it is us that is the problem, not people abroad. People abroad want us to sing in Maltese, want to hear us sing Maltese.
It's a very musical way.
They're happy to download the Google Translate app when it's needed.
Yes.
They want to hear Maltese. So if they want to hear it, what is stopping us? We understand it, we can write it, we can produce it. And it's interesting you mentioned that Aidan again, because I don't know, Aidan, for some reason, I get the impression that Aidan seems to think that he can only sing in Maltese if he's singing a bop. What is wrong with singing Bella in Maltese?
Well,
I wouldn't see anything wrong with it.
you know, a
Maybe.
Maltese ballad is unusual in these shows. Like you hear Denise Manjon, since we're discussing the finalists anyway. She didn't get a great reception from the fans, probably because the ballad is actually quite let's say already heard before, quite Disney vibe. I personally really like it. It's my third favorite, but I can see why he chose not to sing a slower song in Maltese. He felt like, even though the lyrics of Bella are not any deep, but he felt like, you know, a ballad has a message, and a message has to come through in order for people to vote for it. Then, of course, you have countless examples of the revision of ballads being sang in unintelligible languages, doing very well. Portugal 2017 is a prime example of that. So, he would have needed some convincing from you.
Yeah. Do you think Universe, whether or not it would have been sung by Janice, would have been more well received if it was sung in English then?
No, nobody would have cared if it had been sung in English. It really would have had no charm.
So I think that proves the point that I think the problem with Universe is the song. The song, in my opinion, and mind you, I love Janice. I love her music and I love her voice, and I love that she's so hell bent on singing in Maltese from start to finish, from the time she opens her mouth to the time she closes it and says thank you. But I think the problem with this is the composition of the song. The composition of the song, in my opinion, is weak. This song should have been written in a minor key, not a major key, and the production is a little bit dated. There are times that you hear that percussion that you could literally hear in the 90s. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying, and mind you, I find Festivali King songs not dated. most of them. I do not find Festivalen King songs dated. So if I'm telling you this is a little bit dated, I think I'm not crazy, am I?
You know, Kaukba set her expectations very high. So maybe people were also let down by that. Yeah.
She had good songs after Kaukba.
Huh?
I think Janice had good songs after Kaukba. In Musica, she had a song called Tesor in 2021. I think that was actually better than Kaukba. But yeah, I just think the song was a miss, and that's fine. You know, she's still in the final. I actually wasn't sure if it would make it to the final, if I'm honest. But yeah, I think whether a song is a ballad or not, I think Maltese is needed at this point, and it's not a line or two. I think we need the full song in Maltese at this point. Let's talk a little bit about Mark Anthony Bartolo, because he got a great reception yesterday. Max, what do you think about this song called Momentis Bir?
Wait, I'm looking at my notes. I don't wrote anything about this one, so I guess it wasn't good.
sign,
Sorry
isn't
for
it?
it. Well, I don't know. I don't remember that one. Wait, I don't know.
You know what we're talking about, Giorgio?
What?
Do you know who we're talking about?
Yeah, of course I do. The song is beautiful. It has beautiful composition.
I love it.
I feel like the problem is Mark Anthony himself. He has no stage presence, poor guy. Like when he is like moving to he's like doing this to the crowd. Like, come on, what are you trying to do? This is not a rock concert. It's not a DJ concert. He should really work on the stage presence. And I don't want to be rude because he can't do anything about it, but the fact that he has a slight lisp kind of ruins the song for me. I would have given it to somebody else. The song is beautiful. I don't think it's perfectly paired with the right person.
That is where I disagree. I actually think the song is perfect for him, because obviously not everyone has the luxury of getting to know these artists. And he is a very simple, laid back, genuine, innocent guy. He's a musician, he's a music teacher, and he's one of, like, he doesn't have a bad bone in his body. And what you see is what you get with him. I think my favorite interview ever of my life was the one I did with him on Tuesday. He is just, I literally had, for each of the artists, I had like a piece of paper this big and 3 questions. But I like to write notes on every question just in case I forget something. And midway through my first question, I literally threw away my paper because I didn't have to ask him anything else. The conversation was just so natural with him. And that is why I think the song is perfect for him, because the song means beautiful moments, and the lyrics are very simple, and it's literally, I feel like it's made for him, and it was written with him in mind. About the stage presence, I actually tried to help him a lot about this, but he does get a little bit excited and nervous sometimes. And yeah, I mean, it's a ballad. Nobody needs to be standing up. But the lovely thing about him is that he always takes criticism on board, like, so quickly. And yesterday, after I watched the performance, I went to play the song he had the first time he entered. I actually realized there's a huge difference because of how well he takes criticism. I wonder how many more participations it's going to take, to be honest. But I think this is his best song ever at MESC.
Yeah. But that's because it's his first song that is good. I mean, he kind of became sort of a joke among Eurofans. Like,
no, I think
making fun of him, like always coming back with mid songs. But this year, he actually proved everyone wrong because the song is good.
I think his song last year was good, but this one is a lot better. And yeah, it doesn't do anyone any favors to enter so many times. But I think yeah, this is his best song ever. Yeah, he's on the right track, and
he does need to work on stage presence. I know he's nervous, But doing this, like you're at the DJ concert,
Yeah.
it's not consistent with the song. Just perform it beautifully. He even wrote the song himself, and you can tell. So just perform it naturally, relax. Don't think that anyone is in the arena. Just think that you're alone in your room, and just give your best performance ever. Feel like tomorrow, if he focuses, then he is going to give it great justice.
Absolutely.
Because he wrote a beautiful song.
It is. I mean, the song is in my top 3. The song is in my
It's also
top
my
3.
top 5, yeah.
It's in
And
my
I think
top
it's
5 too.
Oh, you remembered it.
It's objectively
Yes,
a
sorry,
beautiful
I
song. Come on.
apologize. I remember
Okay,
when
so
you said
talk
the
to us
guitar
about it.
guy, I was like, oh yes, I'm sorry, I didn't remember him. But yes, I like the song actually, but I think he has a stage presence. I wasn't convinced yesterday.
Yeah, stage presence is something we're constantly working on here. But someone mentioned Kelsey Borch. I'm surprised this didn't come up earlier. She is a fan favorite internationally. Kelsey Borch, Let a Girl Breathe. Yeah, Max. You want to let
That's a
this girl
no.
breathe. You don't want to hear
Well,
this girl breathe.
no. I see the fan favorites. I understand that I don't know how to explain that, but when I listened to the song, I was like, okay, there is something. It could be a fan favorite, definitely. But I automatically think that the live could be a bit worse than the studio version, and that's what happened for me. So yes, I will not be surprised if it didn't end in the top 5 at the end of the final. So no surprise for me.
Yeah,
Do you
the
like the
live
song,
sounded
Georgia?
painful. No, the song is your typical stale, outdated piece of Swedish pop. Swedish songwriters like who are stuck doing these songwriting camps haven't updated their sound since 2017. Let's be objective about it. They're kind of out of fashion, and people should just stop buying songs from them. Because seriously, these songs go nowhere.
We
There
keep
are
on saying
great
this every
songwriters in
year.
Sweden. There are great songwriters in Sweden, but not these ones. These ones really need to like follow an update course or something like that. And the performance, unfortunately, sounded painful to me. Like when she's doing that, what is supposed to be a falsetto, I guess. It didn't sound good. It didn't. So I
It's funny
understand
how
why she's
we
a
keep
fan
on.
favorite, but it didn't turn out well.
Yeah, it's funny how we keep on saying every year that the Swedish songwriters need to update. We're soon going to have a 10-year anniversary of saying these things
Yeah,
because
that's because they're stuck in
2017.
2017. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like the song personally.
It goes nowhere.
I really, really don't like the song. I thought the vocal performance. I mean, I don't know because I expected worse, to be honest. You know what I expected? I expected her to be like, "Why don't you just let a girl?" And then a sea of pre-recorded, and she at least she sings it. And
Brave girl.
on the first minute and a half, it's not bad, but yeah, then she kind of loses her breath a little bit, and it went a little bit downhill from there.
But at least she loses her breath because she's thinking about letting her breathe. So she's consistent.
Yeah,
That's an excuse.
she is, but I don't think the televote is going to let her breathe very much because I have a suspicion that this was, if there was a qualifier that didn't qualify in both segments, I think it was this one. And I think this was a jury-driven qualifier. I don't think this would have qualified if it was a televote only semi. And I don't know if they gave her the death slot for that reason,
It's
but
not a death slot. Come on, it's 12 songs.
and in Malta it doesn't really matter. I mean,
No.
it's last year Victoria June had the number 2 spot, and she came 6th, I think. No, she came
What
4th.
about?
She came 4th. So I don't think it makes that much difference. But yeah, Kelsey, I'm surprised because a lot of people love this song, but most of them are not Maltese, and it's Maltese people who got a vote. Very quickly, I think only we've only not talked about two more.
Yeah.
Gana na gana na hey. Oh, okay, Max.
I am loving it. Sorry. That's my guilty
Why
pleasure.
apologize?
That's one. I don't know. I like him. His energy is young, and yes, I feel it, the Ganador style. It feels a bit like a, I don't know, a bit like a Spanish bop. I'm gonna say I could expect from Benidorm, but I'm loving it since the beginning. Maybe at some moment the staging could be a bit like more interesting or more intimate on some part of the song, but I like the vibe. I like the energy, and yes, it's not my Ganador at the
Energy.
end, but yeah.
I'm sorry, but to me, this is the most amateurish song in the bunch. Like,
Oh,
first of all, the song sounds like "Da na 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 Hey" by BTS.
Yes.
And second, I feel like Nathan really has the stage presence of a vacuum cleaner. Like, it's been consistent through the years. It looks like he doesn't want to be there on stage. It's like somebody forced him to be there. I don't know, but he always makes these stank faces while he's singing about being a confident winner, but at the same time, he doesn't really sell it off. So I really don't understand the point of this song. But then again, it's the same style. He's been in MESC for 2 times already, right? This is the third time, right?
this is his fourth time.
Fourth? Well, all the
Ooh.
songs sound the same so far. He also needs to
This is his
update his
fourth
style
time.
from Swedish, meet like Swedish type of dated songs, because the more you go on with the years and the more they become outdated. So
I'm a bit torn about Ganador. The first time I heard it, I thought he was saying, "Baby, I'm afraid I will be your Panadol," and I was like, "Is he singing about Panadols?"
the fuck is about it?
Yeah, and then I was told that I wasn't the only one. So yeah, apparently we can have a new tune for the Panadol commercials. I want to like it because I like Nathan, and he's really fun to be around. But I do think sometimes he overindulges with the camera, and it does come across as a little bit cocky.
And
And I think,
uncomfortable.
yeah, I think last night he was pumped up, waiting in wings for 17 songs, and by the time it got to his turn, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna show you who Ganador can be," and we needed to strip it back just a little bit to make the audience feel a little bit more gana na gana na gana na hey, other than gana na hey,
It
we
was
can
aggressive.
yeah we can
I
just
feel
have
like this
some
guy doesn't really know how to perform
chamomile.
any songs. I'm sorry. I'm
Bless
sure
him.
he's a nice guy, but
He's cool. He's cool. His interview was fun. Ganador is literally Kyle Alessandro, the lightning so similar. It needs a rethink. It's too
everyone's
similar.
copying the
I don't
Norwegians.
get the hype
There's
of
no hype for
Ganador.
Ganador. Come on.
It's going to be interesting to see where Ganador places. I'm really, really curious. But yeah, there's only one more, and his name is Matthew Shengelia and the After Party. And it's the only rock song we have this year and made it to the final. And I'm just going to say it. I love the song. I love the staging. I love the creative. I love the fact that they tried to do something with dancers. I met the creative director. His name is Chris. He's a very, very interesting person to speak to, and he's very insightful. And I'm thrilled this made it because I do think it's a really, really good song. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I like it. Take it away.
I have no strong opinions on it. I'm just happy for him because I really liked his song last year. I don't really think much about this song, but you know, not all national finals are going to have all the songs leaving you with an opinion. So I'm more than happy that there's a couple in this final that don't leave you with any opinion. And this is one.
Fair enough. Max.
I'm not against it. It's just not my cup of tea, the style of music here for me. But I'm glad that they go to the final because it's a more diverse final in terms of music gender, so I'm okay with that. I just wrote that it's not a yes, it's not a no, it's okay song for me, but yeah, not a personal favorite and not a Eurovision perspective on it for me, but why not? It's cool to see them in the final, I mean.
I'm going to make a little transition here to another national final. Oli in Estonia.
Oh, come on. Let's not compare them.
I think this song is better than that.
Is it?
Yeah. I think Brutality Mentality is better than Slave.
I feel like Ollie kind of has the look to be more convincing, when singing this type of song. Slave is nothing special. He had better songs in the past, such as
Yeah.
Venom. But I also feel like in Estonia, something else is going to win anyway. I mean, I wouldn't complain if
Yeah.
I feel like Jolly Roger duo is going to win.
I'm comparing rock songs here because I remember when Matthew Chilia had Control last year. I thought it was really, really good, and I thought
yeah, it was good.
That's on Oli level style rock song. But this year, I feel like he has an even better song than what Oli has this year. So yeah, I thought the staging was really, really good on it as well. And I don't think it's gonna do incredible, but I think it's gonna do. I think it's gonna be in the top 12. How about we leave it there? So let's make some quick predictions before we call it a night. Who do you think is gonna win?
Aidan.
It's a full house. I do think Aidan is gonna win. Do you think Aidan is gonna win because he has the best overall product, or because he has the best song, or do you think he's gonna win?
But also, it's also Aidan. Like people are very familiar with him. He actually has hits in Malta outside of his MESC songs, and he just sells his song very well. He's a capable performer. He will have an easy time qualifying for the Eurovision final. He's a good choice.
Poor old Franklin. We forgot Franklin.
Oh
what
my God,
can you say about Franklin?
My Facebook friend Franklin.
Franklin, my dear, I'm so very sorry. Franklin was incredible last night. Franklin was really good last night.
He likes showing off his vocals, and that's a good thing because he never sounded any short of excellent.
I think Franklin was a surprise actually last night. I think he did really well, and I think he's going to surprise, especially in the televote.
He definitely looks good. That's what I wrote. It was a good moment, good performance, definitely, and not something that you're just listening a few seconds and you're just turning away your head from it. I was watching it from the beginning to the end of the performance. I was into it. So yes, let's see the result. But not my winner, but why not?
He's a very technical
not my
singer.
winner. Yeah, not my winner either. Franklin doesn't want to win either. And I think he really used this moment to remind people that he's still here, pun intended. And yeah, I think he's going to do very well, especially in the televote. Franklin's going to do better in the televote than he will in the jury. I think.
Don't you feel like half of these songs are going to get like 0 to 5 points in the televote, like usually happens in MESC?
No, because it's 50-50.
Oh, it's 50-50? Are we sure?
Yeah.
Well, they're like surprising us with dodgy voting methods, So
yeah,
I won't believe it until I see it.
And this year, woof. I think I actually have more of a prediction on who's going to come last in the televote and who's going to win it.
So, who's that?
I think Kelsey might struggle with the televote. Not because of her, but I think the song is just really left field from what usually does well in Malta. Winning the televote, I think Obviously, it's gonna be between Aidan and Matt.
Aidan.
Yeah, I feel like Aidan is just a bigger name,
Yes.
the better package
Just-
in general.
That doesn't
We're
work
not
in his
taking
favor.
anything
because-
away from Matthew, because Matthew is also great. Matt Black, of course, because he's also great.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think.
Even
Go ahead, Matt.
even when you're watching the numbers actually on YouTube, he's first on YouTube in Malta. He's far away in terms of views from all the other artists. Even Matt is so far away from Aidan right now in terms of numbers. So I don't know if Malta's public represent these numbers, but he's far away from it. He's gonna
I'm just
win
gonna
for
say
me
this about
easily.
views. I'm just gonna say this about those views. Look at the numbers. Look at the number of likes. Look at the number of comments. Compare them. That's all I'm gonna say.
are you suggesting somebody's buying views?
I said nothing.
Like a
You go and
random
do your homework.
motivational final act?
You go and do your homework, Giorgio Taiti.
I will investigate now.
Yeah, I mean you're the one with numbers here, so
Right.
I think you would do better than me. No, but I think the problem with Aidan and the televote is that people love him and people want him to go to Eurovision, and people love him for his career. But I can't deny that a lot of people were disappointed with the song. And what happens with big names in Malta is that if they do not justify the hype of why they are a big name, people have really high expectations, and word on the street is that Bella is nothing special. It's a good song. I like it, and it's Eurovision ready.
You know what?
And-
The song is special. The package is consistent, and that's great for him. So I feel like he's going to do decently.
I think he's gonna win. And
So decent
When
win
you
Eurovision,
see-
because I'm assuming he's winning tomorrow.
he's winning the Multi-Eurovision Song Contest, I think.
Yes.
And I think he's gonna landslide the jury, especially when you see who's gonna be on those jury, who's gonna be on that jury.
Who?
You'll see. When you see who's gonna be on that jury, your Aidan fans are gonna be very comfortable. But yeah, the televote is gonna be interesting. I would say the top 5 in the televote are going to be Aidan, Matt, Denise, Franklin, and maybe Emma.
Oh,
Yeah. I think that could be top 5 in the televote. Yeah, so some comments over here. He's loved by the Maltese. Watching MESC from home, I could hear the MFCC applauding and shouting his name. Yeah, but last night he didn't have the biggest applause. Now, this happened with Mariam Contest. She didn't have the biggest applause in the semi, but she did have the biggest applause in the final. So I'm pretty sure the Aidan stands are saving their tonsils for the final, and we will hear them after the performance of song number 10 tomorrow. So, yeah. I think Aidan will win, but not confident that the song will not be changed. Well,
No. He looks like he's convinced about it, and he should be.
maybe. Janice top
Really
5 in the
interesting.
televote?
No.
I thought about it. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. I think Adria twins will get more support than her for the kind of Maltese ballad in Maltese of it all. Yeah, I think Adria twins could do better than Janice in televote. Adria twins' problem is the jury. The jury here doesn't want Maltese to go
The
to
jury is
Eurovision.
Maltese.
The jury is going to be mixed. Last year it was
Oh, no.
5 and 4. 9 jurors. I think 5 were Maltese and 4 were foreigners.
And this year?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think anybody knows, to be honest.
Oh, it's a PBS surprise.
Yeah. So yeah, will you guys be watching tomorrow?
yes.
I was supposed to go to dinner with my beautician, but she has a health problem right now. So we're just gonna do it next Saturday, and I'm gonna watch MESC.
MESC to the rescue. Well, guys, thank you so much for being with me here tonight to talk about MESC. Thank you for all the comments and all of you guys watching. We had a nice little chit chat, didn't we?
Yes.
It's been a very interesting MESC year, and I'll tell you more about it when I'll tell you more about it. Stay tuned. And if you want to hear more about it, you better subscribe, because my content is free. My content is honest. And if you don't like me, you know you're gonna get these two sometime on these live streams.
Yeah, you won't see me
Eurovision
on any other
Uncensored.
YouTube channels.
Yeah.
It's an exclusive. You will see Max though on his own YouTube channel.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. We will see you again next week for another episode of God Knows What. And until then, enjoy MESC. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Good evening. Bye.